Hey, welcome back everybody to my pocket knife therapy channel, where I'm talking about my grandfather's pocket knife collection and a little bit of backstory on the companies that make these guys and stuff. I was looking through this kind of pile of unknown knives that I had, which I thought were unknown, and found these two knives. They were made by the Novelty Cutlery Company. I had made and sold a pocket knife from the Novelty Cutlery Company kind of early in the videos, and that was pretty neat. And so I learned all about those guys, and then when I was looking through these other kind of piles of off-brands that I thought were off-brands, I instantly recognized these two knives as Novelty Cutlery Company knives again. This one is in pretty good shape, especially for this being celluloid. The blade is in real nice shape. Nice pull. Yeah, nothing really wrong with the blade or anything, which is pretty amazing. Got a real nice snap, at least on the main blade there. Spare point. There's the tank stamp. Novelty Cutlery Company pen blade. This is a little bit tight in here. Oil might be able to take care of some of that, but it's a decent enough snap. And got the, I don't know how to say his name, Vignon or Vignon, I'm not sure. But that was the name of the guy that started the company. He was a Civil War veteran who lost his arm in the Battle of Gettysburg, and used that in his marketing and everything. But nice snap. This is in real nice shape. Has here the name F.I. Johnson of Randolph, Iowa. And then on the back it says Lodge number 3265. I tried looking that up on Google, did not get any hits. You know, it's just everything from Randolph, Iowa. So I don't know what lodge that was referring to or anything, and nothing on F.I. Johnson here. But yeah, an interesting, really nice piece here. No cracking or anything like that. So this is really, really, really nice vintage knife. This guy, on the other hand, has some issues. It's still a really neat, interesting knife. It's got a couple of pictures here. On this one, we couldn't really tell. My family and I were looking at it. It's either a woman looking in a mirror, or two women kind of looking at each other, or a woman and a man. Pretty sure this front one is a woman, but the person behind. The main theory is just two women, and they look like they might be nurses, but not sure. And then on this bottom one's another woman. You can see there's been kind of some repairs. This pin kind of looked like it maybe fell out, and then somebody filled it back in. This one, the pin's coming loose, and then the big main bummer damage is the other side where this celluloid looks like something hit it here, and it totally cracked it, and then it's got some rust issues, and the pin's kind of falling out and stuff. Still works, just not very well. It's pretty loose in here, and it's got some rust issues back here on this blade, and it's sharpened down an awful lot. So this one's been gone through life, had a hard life compared to this one. So and those pins and stuff are kind of just moving around in there. So I'm gonna be real careful with that one. In fact, I'm just gonna put some oil in here, and I'm not restoring these knives or anything. I probably, I'm most likely gonna sell these knives on eBay. I will probably sell them as a set. I don't know if anybody would want this guy, but it's a real nice piece of history, so people may want it. But this, this side, the celluloid, is doing okay. Just that other side that's got some real definite problems there. yeah, these are real neat. One of the first or second pocket knives I sold on eBay were these Novelty Cutlery Company knives, and I kind of knew what I had there, but not really. But they're pretty interesting. It's got an interesting history. The Novelty Cutlery Company were in business from 1897 to 1944. For its time, it was novel. It was novel to have these celluloid. Celluloid was pretty new, and they discovered how to make these clear celluloid and put pictures in them. The owner of the company, I forget his first name. Let me see. Sorry, as I read, by August Vignos or August Vignos. Civil War veteran. He lost an arm at the Battle of Gettysburg. And so he put together this idea of putting the celluloid handles on there and pictures underneath. And so that was new for the time. And also he was kind of new for the time. He would sell them through catalogs and selling directly to people, so people could also order. They could custom order things with things like this, lodge number and stuff like that. So that was kind of new, and so because I guess putting the celluloid stuff on here was kind of an expensive process, but he would keep costs down by not going through retailers or anything. So that was kind of neat. I don't think I'm gonna throw oil on the celluloid. Something tells me it's kind of like mother of pearl, where I'm not gonna do a whole lot to that. So there's that guy, and then of course the real nice one. Let's see if I can get some water on that. Let's see. Just want to try and get that stupid rubber band stuff. There we go. Okay. Yeah, this one's in, even compared to the one I first had, this one's in real nice shape. They got pretty big. I know there's a lot of knives that, they would, later in its existence, would make knives for retailers, and even knives for the army, I believe, or the military at least. And so for other companies to rebrand, so they wouldn't always say Novelty Cutlery Company on them. I should also mention, see, it's got rubber bands off. This one did not have a tang stamp, but I could not imagine it being anything but Novelty Cutlery Company on it. So if you're looking at getting these, just be aware. I cannot vouch. I cannot say 100% this is Novelty Cutlery Company because it doesn't have a tang stamp on it at all on either of the blades. It just with the celluloid and the pictures underneath and stuff, I don't know what else it could be. But this one, I've shown that off, and it does, the Novelty Cutlery Company and all that. But yeah, they used to make knives for other retailers, and the retailers would brand it as something else. So, they were doing their thing for a while. I don't know why. Oh, well, 1926. It doesn't say in my little notes and guide here exactly why they stopped making pocket knives. It just says that they did. 1925 or 19... Wait. No, I'm reading the wrong thing. I'm sorry. 1944. Also doesn't say why. I guess August died, and then his son took over running the company, and then stopped it in 1944. So there you go. Yeah, this is in very good shape. It makes me wonder if these are on the older side of the 1944 spectrum. One thing I do know in reading the history about these knives is that eventually, you know, the novelty wore off. Everybody else started being able to produce these celluloid knives and stuff like that, and so they were no longer the only game in town, and so I'm sure that contributed to them stopping producing these knives. So one really nice one and one not so nice one. There it goes. One other thing I'll point out, I noticed with the Robert Class knives, this has this same where the two back springs come into one back spring on there. So that's a really nice feature of this guy. And then the steel on this is pretty thick, so that both of these springs come out in one. So that's a pretty neat feature you don't see on all these knives. Nice snap and everything. So yeah, this one's real nice. I like this one a lot. It's got a lot of character and history to it. So there you go. Novelty Cutlery Company. Thanks for watching, everybody. On to the next ones.